Oh man, it is nice out this morning. Everything's so green. Oh, can you believe it all? Compared to yesterday, overcast and humid, today is sunny and cool and nice. We got the pups out playing. Let's get started. Day 2. Just so everybody's caught up from yesterday, I got some old slats that were on the fence up front that I replaced. And if I put them side by side, there's not much definition, but if I fan them out, then you can see the dura rock. And I don't think I want to see the dura rock. So I think what I'm going to do is take these all to the table saw and cut maybe 1/4 of an inch off each one. So that way there's a little bit more of a gap between them. And you can get a pretty decent idea too of what we're doing here. We'll end up with some bins, 3 bins for compost. Should make it easy. And while I'm working on this project, we can eat worms or something. What is it? What is it, rascal? You ready for your camera? You ready for the camera, rascal? Oh, that breeze feels nice. I've been up front sweating, taking down the fence that I need to replace. I keep almost everything because you never know when you might need a post. As a matter of fact, all the posts that we've used so far have been leftovers. The same thing with the slots. Sometimes the sun gets to them and they just can't be saved. Some I might be able to cut down and use for other things. Some haven't been up there that long. You can sort of see the thickness, how over time the sun heating and drying just shrinks them and wears them out. But I always keep all these things. I'll go through this pile and I'll find the ends that are cracked and split, and if they can be saved, I'll save them. If not, I'll burn them, and then I put them in the barn and they just sit out there, and then when a project comes up, I'll grab them. All these were in direct sun and in the weather. This composting pit is going to be in the shade, so I should probably get another 10 years out of these boards sitting here in the shade, as opposed to being out in the sun just being baked every day. But I will go ahead and cut the ends off of all of them right now. All right, here we go. I'll look for splits and bad pieces. And I end up with a good board. It may not be long enough for this, but it'll be long enough for some job. I'm going to go ahead and cut my scraps up for firewood. Better. I usually cut just above the nails, or just above the old mounting hardware. Still a lot cheaper than paying $5 a board to go buy new ones. We need to decide how tall our pickets should be. So let's take a quick little walk through the palmetto bushes and find out. I probably want to take them off the ground a decent bit. Yeah, I say 4 inches. Let me go cut some real quick. I think the best thing to do is to maybe put each piece that high, keep it off the ground. That's what I'll do. I need to find the right height though, something to make it easy. Let's try 2x6 and see what a 2x6 does. No, 2x6 is just a little too much. I think the 2x4 is going to have to do it. All right, I'm going to use those and I'm going to drill a bunch of holes in all the wood. Okay, here's the hard part, spacing. How do we space these guys? I'm going to go with that's too big of a space. So let's try this one.
Slightly room temperature.
It's like all right, I like that one. Snakes that are poisonous. All right, time to finish up some more chores before we get this last section in. All right, the next step is to finish hanging the rest of the slats I had cut yesterday. Well, this is the end of part 2 of the compost bins, and I just wanted to close out the video with showing you how it turned out. Well, first of all, it's hidden in the palmetto bushes, so it's really very inconspicuous. It doesn't really stand out. The old fencing on the outside hides the dura rock, and I think the slats sort of give it some character. See if I can sort of negotiate my way through the palmetto bushes. The post and the wood's been recycled from the fence that I'm replacing along the front of my property line. So the only true material costs we have are the wood screws and the Dura rock and the Dura rock screws. So the dimensions are roughly 4 feet high, and each bin is roughly 3 feet wide and 5 feet deep. And this would be our old composter, which has actually worked quite well, but it just never has enough space inside of it to do anything functional. I think the Durrock's the way to go. Even if the wood rots, it's going to rot a lot slower without having that moist, wet compost up against it. With the Durrock low and the wood here and the planks on the outside, that's going to ensure if any compost gets slung up top, that there's no way for it to just ride on top of this, get wet, and rot the wood out. I'm really hoping we can get about 10 years out of this. It would be nice. But you can see it's relatively large, and it faces pretty much away from our house and away from the garden. I cut all the tops of the posts off after I had the planks up. And I've done what I've done many times before. I just used the chainsaw, the electric chainsaw, and just went right across the top. It's worked out just fine. These ones I actually marked and cut on the miter saw. Well, there you have it. About $100. 5 sheets of Durrock, some screws for the Durrock, and some wood screws for the posts and the planks. Well, there you have it. Part 2 of the compost bins are done. I appreciate you watching. Please like and subscribe, because you never know what I might be working on next.